Hey, Jules Bliss Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those who are new, I hope you can benefit. I wanted to talk about being stressed out because I am definitely stressed. And I know that stressed is dessert spelled backwards or vice versa, but whatever the case is, there's no surprise that when I'm stressed, my first thought is comfort food, comfort junk food, sugar in general. And, my tendency is to just reach for that. And what I absolutely know to be true is that sugar will never serve my body. And the first way to stress my body out the most is to give it sugar. Because even things that are converted to simple sugars, like rice and bread and, white flour and all those things, are just detrimental because the body just freaks out and says, what is this foreign substance and what are we going to do with it? And that's part of the cellulite, right? That's part of all the storage, the fat storage, when the body just doesn't know what to do with those sugars. So I know that that doesn't serve me, but how do I know that I'm stressed out? Well, I know I've mentioned it before, but I'll repeat it. English is not my first language. And people are always surprised by that because they're like, wow, I couldn't even detect an accent. And then I'm like, well, that's because you don't know what my first language is. And my first language was swearing. Yes, I know. It's an art, but I came from sailors and, Navy men, and they loved to swear. And I think they thought it was really cute. They used to call me the mimicker when I was little because I could perfectly mimic everybody. That's probably why I can sing those songs and sound so accurate. And they thought it was so cute. But when I got to kindergarten and they started sending me home on a regular basis, it wasn't cute anymore. And I was like, wait, what? There's other words to use? I had no idea. It's probably why I became an English major. So I could just learn that there were other words. But when I'm exhausted or when I'm scared or when I'm overwhelmed, I resort right back to my first language. Not even kidding you. Even my partner teacher was like, wow, Juliana, I didn't know you talk like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm just stressed out. And even if, it's kind of interesting, like even if I consciously want to say, oh, I'm not going to be stressed out. Well, that's the same thing as saying, well, I'm not going to eat junk food. I may or may not, and I probably will unless I have a very deliberate plan to do otherwise. And it's the same thing with swearing. I mean, I can say that I'm just going to not be stressed, but the stress is still going to be there. I can deny it, but the stress is still there. So what are the steps that I'm doing to get out of the stress? One of the steps is that during this little interim, I realized that I wasn't keeping up with like student homework and things like that. So to get rid of the stress, I had to bust chops and get caught up, which of course will relieve some of my stress. Another thing is I've been going, overboard to probably prove that I'm worthy, by making sure that I attend every function, volunteer like I've been volunteering. But the thing is, not only is it not appropriate necessarily to volunteer for everything at school right now because so much of it is regarding next year, but because I'm busy with applications and interviews and things like that, I can't be the superhero that I would prefer to be. So I have to allow myself to change that, and that will ease some of my stress. Financially, when I was saying I was having trouble with my student loans and things like that, to relieve that stress, I just have to face them. I've wrote myself a note to call, my student loan people and have a conversation to just say, where am I at and what can we do about it? So being proactive is definitely something I need to do to relieve my stress. And also just acknowledge that it's there. And because I don't favor this topic, I'm about to sneeze because I'm allergic to it. One moment, please. That's too funny. I remember when I first got married, every time my husband brought up a topic I wasn't comfortable with or something I didn't agree with, I would start sneezing like I was allergic to it. And even now he'll joke and say, you're allergic to me, aren't you? I just start sneezing when I don't agree with something. That is just so funny. Anyway, of course, it's 11:30 at night and I'm still doing stuff, because that's how I operate right now. But I just wanted to share that stress thing, because saying it out loud is part of relieving the stress, right? So I am genuinely stressed out. I am cussing too much. And as I get closer to Easter, I will attempt to have more grace than that, since I so much respect the English language and all the word choices God provided. Anyway, I'm going to have my allergies, continue with what's required of me, and just wanted to check in. So as always, peace be with you. Like if you like, join us if you haven't. And most importantly, as I believe, may you believe that you're blessed.